Cadillac has had many great engines during its long, beautiful history, and it's also had a few bad ones. The greatest of Cadillac's great engines was its massive 500 cubic inch, 8.2-liter big block V8. It wasn't the most powerful V8 ever produced, nor was it the most technologically advanced. However, it was the ultimate in displacement excess. It was a great marketing victory for Cadillac to have the largest displacement V8 in the world under the hood of its cars. The 500 V8's ultra-smooth operation and abundance of low-end torque kept buyers very happy. When Cadillac rolled out the 500 V8 for the 1970 model year in its Eldorado model, gasoline was only 36 cents a gallon. It cost a little less than $8 to fill the Eldorado's massive 22-gallon tank from empty. For 1970, the almost 5,000-pound Eldorado went 0 to 60 miles per hour in 9.5 seconds, and the quarter mile in 16.3 seconds. This was extremely impressive, considering the Eldorado's very heavy weight and luxury car gear ratio. The 500 V8's output for 1970 was 400 gross horsepower and a crazy 550 pound-feet of gross torque. For 1971, total output dropped to 365 gross horsepower and 535 pound-feet of gross torque due to a compression ratio drop to 8.5 to 1 from the previous year's 10.0 to 1 compression ratio in order to comply with the upcoming federal mandate requiring the use of unleaded fuel in all new gasoline-powered vehicles. For 1972 to 1973, power output dropped again to 235 horsepower and 385 pound-feet of torque due to new, more stringent SAE net horsepower rating standards. For 1974, power output dropped again to 210 horsepower and 380 pound-feet of torque. For 1975 and 1976, the 500 V8 expanded from the Eldorado to all Cadillac's other full-size models, where it replaced the 472 V8. Unfortunately, the 500 V8's power output was down to 190 horsepower and 360 pound-feet of torque due to the addition of federally mandated emissions control devices. However, for 1975 and 1976, when a 500 V8 buyer opted for Cadillac's electronic fuel injection system instead of the standard Rochester Quadrajet 4-barrel carburetor, power output increased to 215 horsepower and 380 pound-feet of torque. This was a port fuel injection system that was developed as a joint effort between Bendix and Cadillac. It proved to be very reliable and provided better throttle response than the carbureted version of the 500 V8. The 1975 to 1976 fuel-injected and carbureted 500 V8s both had fantastic low-end torque, with their peak torque available at an extremely low 2,000 RPMs. This meant Cadillac's heavy full-size cars moved effortlessly from a standstill, and the torque was available all across the RPM range. This was exactly what Cadillac's customers expected from their favorite luxury car brand. The Cadillac 500 V8 may not have ever seen the light of day had it not been for Chrysler's 440 cubic inch big block V8 and Lincoln's 462 cubic inch big block V8, which both debuted in the mid-1960s. At this time, Cadillac's extremely smooth operating V8, which had a displacement of 429 cubic inches, or 7.0 liters, had reached its engine bore and stroke limit. Cadillac's solution to this problem was the development of its first and only big block V8, the 472 cubic inch 7.7-liter V8, which debuted across Cadillac's car lineup for the 1968 model year. It had a massive 4.3-inch bore and a 4.06-inch stroke. It was the largest displacement production car V8 at the time. As luck would have it, Cadillac decided to increase the 472's stroke to 4.304 inches, thus creating the perfect 500 cubic inch number. The 500 V8 powered Cadillacs gave its owners bragging rights which no other luxury car owners then or even now can match. Today, the 500 V8 still remains the largest displacement production car V8 ever produced. The Cadillac 500 was never about horsepower, rapid acceleration, or big block V8 exhaust resonance. Its main mission was to provide the ultimate luxury car driving experience with its ultra-smooth operation with almost no engine noise heard in the interior cabin. The 500 V8 was built to be robust and have superior durability, and since it didn't require high RPMs to do its job well, it had superior longevity compared to most engines. It is for these reasons why the 500 V8 was Cadillac's greatest engine. Had it not been for the corporate average fuel economy standards, the 500 V8 would have lasted many more years as a production Cadillac engine. It is not a coincidence that when the 500 V8 was available in Cadillac's new car lineup, that it was also the same time when Cadillac was at its apex. Thank you so much for your support of this channel. Please subscribe since your support is the reason this channel is a success. And please make sure to click on the bell icon so that you never miss a new video release.